Hello everyone, this is Tyrell Ordine and I just want to get on with it right away. Two things. Don't say I'm trying to be like Wasib Habib or Iffy Bai because as what the host of Butter Fast on YouTube, Amar Naveek said, you're watching an artist at work. Or as what a good friend of mine said at the time, always be a first rate version of yourself and not a second rate version of someone else. Well, the England men's cricket team, let me tell you, was buzz bowling its way to a very comprehensive victory. The England men, they defeated the West Indies men in the first of three Metrobank one-day internationals by a massive 238 runs in the first of three games played today at Edgbaston, which is in Birmingham. Now, I also believe that has to be the highest margin for a victory for England against West Indies in one-day international. So if I'm right or wrong, do comment in the comment section below. The hosts posted 400 runs for the loss of 5 wickets from their allotted 50 overs, which is 8 runs per over, which also was the highest one-day international total without a single batter scoring 3 figures, which is a rare feat nowadays. But each of the top 6, Jimmy Smith 37, Josh Butler 60, Ben Duckett 48, Joe Root 57, Harry Brook 58, and Jacob Battles 82 scored 30 or more runs, scored more than 30 or more runs, which is a first for a top 6 batting lineup in one-day internationals. If you look at the bowling figures of the West Indies bowling attack, and this is the part where I have to rile up a lot. Captain Shea Hope, he made a tactical blunder in choosing to bowl first earlier in the afternoon on a flat pitch, which a lot of runs was being scored on, especially for a day-night one-day international. Furthermore, it's been part of the recent pattern for the men in maroon, very similar to the first of 3 ODIs against Ireland just last week, where they conceded 303 runs. And this has been an issue with the West Indies lineup against strong batting lineups in high-scoring one-day international conditions for a long time. Not even before the 2 new ball rule was implemented back in 2011. It's been going on for donkey years, and they still have not learned a lesson from that. Speaking of the bowling figures, as I mentioned earlier, Matthew Ford, no wicket for 88 from 8 overs. He went an 11 and over. Only Jaden Seals, Azari Joseph, and Justin Graves were among the wicket takers. Seals 4 for 84, Joseph 2 for 69 respectively, despite being very expensive. Now I thought Chase and Mooti, not for 41 from 6 overs and not for 37 from 7 overs, was effective in the middle stages of the innings. Other than that, what else is new with the West Indies team? They always leaking runs at hemorrhaging rates. I got that slang, by the way, from Cricket07 Mark Nicholas. Shout out to him. Speaking of the devil, nothing new to talk about the West Indies batting lineup. Only 3 of its batters, Kesey Carty 22, Shea Hope 25, and Jaden Seals, the last man, 29, only got to double digits. The rest of the batting lineup was very disappointed. Imagine the tail enders scoring more runs than the top order. We've been seeing that occasionally, regularly with the West Indies batting lineup, and it's been the trend for a good while now. It happened last week in an ODI against Ireland, where Chase and Ford scored most of the runs. I made a point on Twitter earlier on where the administrators at Cricket West Indies should have done like what Cricket South Africa and Cricket Australia did by calling back its players by when the South African and Australian selectors called back their players for the World Test Championship final, which starts on the 7th of June to the 11th. And the ECB, they did the same thing too, knowing they had the 4-day test against Zimbabwe, which was last week, along with this ongoing series. Instead, 2 of the guys, Shafane Rutherford and Romario Shepherd, stayed back in India for the IPL playoffs, and look what occurred. Why I'm making that reference is because Shepherd is one of your dead bowlers, one of your dead bowling options. And Rutherford is one who stabilizes the innings in the middle order phases and has been one of the backbone of the West Indies middle order batters in one-day cricket in recent time. They're not in England because they're in the IPL making their money. And furthermore, I must make one more note. Rutherford is a much more mature batter than Shemron Heckmeyer, who, not surprisingly, wasn't in the 11 for this game. Darren, Sammy and co, they have a lot of decision making to do before the next ODI on Sunday at Sophia Gardens in Cardiff. Knowing another humiliating mishap like what was seen in the first ODI will definitely wrap up the series very easily. That's it for today's video. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. So until we meet again, bye. Ciao.